that the Quran is not speaking in the language of science. The Quran is speaking in the language of two perspectives, human perspective and Allah's perspective. Those are the two perspectives the ayat speak from. Sometimes the ayat are speaking from what you observe. You observe that the night took over the sun. From your point of view, that's what it looks like, and that's how it describes it. Sometimes Allah will speak from His own perspective. And that perspective is beyond even the perspective of science. It's the perspective that nobody else can have. Right? And that's usually when He talks about spiritual realities, or realities that are far beyond our ability to see. Then He'll talk about Allah's own perspective. And often when He talks about His perspective, He'll just let us know, you can't know the reality of it anyway. You don't know much about that anyway. But the thing is, the Quran, just like regular language, just language at large, we don't speak in scientific terms. That's not how people communicate. Yes, we live in a scientific age, yes. But we still don't speak in scientific terms. If somebody insults somebody else and you say, man, he got burned. Scientifically, there are no burn marks, first, second, or third degree. You don't have to call 911, but you still say they got burned. That's the language of people. We use imagery, we use example, we use parables, we use verbs that allude to other things, right? Man, he destroyed me in basketball. Oh man, I got killed when I watched that movie. Or whatever. You didn't, you're still alive, clearly. I don't know how that works. But we say these kinds of things. My favorite one is when grandparents say, my grandchildren stole my heart. And you're like, it's still there, alhamdulillah, So the point here is, we shouldn't be so obsessed in trying to find scientific phenomenon in the Quran. Yes, there may be some that are there, but that over-obsession, because we feel science is the supreme way of thinking in life today, and therefore the Quran will be legitimate if we find more and more scientific phenomenon in the Quran. That's a weak way of thinking. It's actually already acknowledging somehow that the word of Allah has to conform to the standards of modern science. And until it does, it's not really that powerful, or it's not as convincing.